Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. I am here with Bradley Justice Yarbrough.
Hi everyone.
Yes, Bradley is from the Swell Doll Shop and he is Barbie's best friend. He does events and so many amazing things with Barbie. We have been working with Bradley and been friends for years now.
Exactly. I was just thinking, it was like one of the first things we bonded over is I sat with you when you did a luncheon for a UFTC convention and you were
Molly Brown.
Brown.
Oh my
it was
gosh,
amazing.
it was so
so that was
years ago.
So
just fun.
We were 12.
We go way back in the doll community, and so it is so fun to have him here at our shop, Turn of the Century Antiques, in the Barbie house we built for him. So fun. And so what Bradley's been doing is he has been going through our rogue boxes of Barbie stuff, and he has picked out some treasures.
I found so many, Rachel, the boxes were just full of heaven. I just love discovering things. And the things I am always sort of drawn to, sometimes are not the most obvious things that are just sort of hidden away or, you know, sort of nondescript. And sometimes as a Barbie collector, there are things that we don't even pay attention to. So we've talked about a few of these things in our first little welcome, but I wanted to show a couple things that I pulled out. We found this like bag of hats. So there were all of these hats, but inside that was this hat, which is from a 1966 pack set that was called the Glamour hats. And so this is a rare felt hat. And it was a package of hats. I think it came with 3 hats. It came with this one and like a little red taffeta one. And this is just, it doesn't turn up. And it was a little bit smushed, but it's still in pretty nice shape. But it's such a treasure to find that. I mean, it's like, who would have guessed that was hiding in there? So, and then this is a standard Barbie from 1967, but she's wearing a rare outfit called Party Lines that was made in 1971. And it's just such a cool outfit with this sort of like printed satin. And it looks exactly like a Yves Saint Laurent dress that was done that same year. So you can definitely see where the designers took inspiration of the time, and Barbie's wardrobe was so timely. So although this one is not in the best of condition, this is a rare hair color for a twist and turn Barbie. The redheads they don't turn up on these 1967 twists and turns, so she needs to have her hair sort of restyled, but it's a rare hair color. So she's really kind of cool. And then a lot of times we get Barbie cases full of clothes, and sometimes they don't have tags, and they're not real Barbie fashions. Sometimes you just kind of want to throw them. But what we've discovered is there were a lot of these companies that were like clone companies that made all of these like Barbie-sized clothing, and they've kind of become collectible and desirable to find. The most popular right now is a company called Premier, and they manufactured Barbie clothes in the 60s, and they did really nice fitting. They were made in Brooklyn, New York, and so there's like a whole sort of like website dedicated to people that collect Premier, and you had 2 Premier dresses in there. Now, you're kind of like, oh, they're clone, they're not real Barbie. Sometimes these go for even more than real Barbie fashions. So it's like a little cotton printed sheath dress. And one of the telltale things with Premier is they often used square snaps instead of round. So that's just a little Barbie detective work you can do in your own time. But I love this sort of like sherbet color. This makes me want to have ice cream or something. It's just fun. So we've talked about a few other things. I found a Malibu Christie, and she's wearing Superstar Barbie's outfits. She needs to be a little restored, but you don't see Malibu Christie very often, and I love finding her. And we found the Barbie Babysit Set, which is this cute little set from, I think, 1962, 63. It came with everything Barbie needed to babysit the little baby, the little blanket, there's a pillow. It came with a telephone, and then the phone list for all the things that you may need to call. And there's a little baby bottle. It came with a lot of other accessories, including other books and an apron that Barbie wore with the names of all the good boys and girls that she had babysat. It was real cute. So, oops, we're going to knock over these. So we had talked about Malibu PJ having the Steffi face mold, and that was sculpted by Martha Armstrong Hand. And that mold has been so popular. This is a doll from literally almost 40 years later that was used for the Ashigatsu Happy New Year Barbie in her kimono that uses that same head mold. And it's kind of interesting to see that even though it's the same sculpt, just how different they could make that look. So this is a fairly contemporary doll, but it's really kind of neat that it kind of has that little bit of a vintage flair. So we've discovered lots of treasures in that box of thing, and we're still going through it. So what was your favorite thing, Rachel? What was your favorite thing we discovered?
So far the Christie I think is super cool.
I think she's so striking.
Yeah.
I think it's so striking with this hot pink dress. And so I love dolls of color, and Christie's one of my favorite dolls. And she's Malibu, so she's going to be Malibu Christie's going to be having her 50th anniversary this year too. So we're all excited about the Malibus. So.
And wasn't she one of the very first black dolls?
Yes. The first black doll in the Barbie family was Francie.
Okay.
And they kind of tested out to see just how that would work. And so the next year they came out with Barbie's friend Christie. And then they followed it with Julia, who was based on the television show Julia with Diane Carroll. And Christie continued on for a long time. So I love Christie. So she's great.
Another one I thought was interesting, I think because of the fabric, I'm used to cottons. Mm-hmm. I never would have thought this was Barbie.
Oh, really? It's such an unusual dress. It doesn't turn up. I looked for a long time as a collector. I looked for this a long time. And it's such an interesting dress, and it's so of the period. And this is a 67 standard Barbie, and it has the same sculpt and hairstyle as the twist and turn, but they didn't do rooted lashes on her, and she has straight legs. Her legs don't bend. She doesn't have the twist and turn waist, so she was just sort of a more basic sort of doll. So she's really cool. And then you heard me gasp from the other room. We found this. And it said Barbie Jewelry. And I was expecting it to be like a big box of junk. And there's like all of these like vintage pearl necklaces and pearl bracelets. All of this like rare mod Barbie jewelry. Like Casey's dangle earrings and like the hair ribbon for a twist and turn Barbie. There was just tons and tons of Barbie jewelry. So this just literally made me sort of go crazy. So, and there's even like a little comb that I can comb my hair with. So, so this is amazing. And this is the stuff that ended up in the Hoover vacuum cleaner. This is the stuff that got dropped and got lost and, it never to be seen again. And it's great to complete the dolls and the outfits. And so this was sort of the piece de resistance. This was the ultimate find to kind of have. So I'm kind of jealous of this box. Lots and lots of Barbie jewelry. This is sort of like the Tiffany and Company for Barbie. So.
Well, see, I am so glad. He just saved me literally like a week's worth of research. So thank you, Bradley. It was so fun to go through this and do some treasure hunting.
Is
it like the ultimate, one of the ultimate thrills to go through like a box?
Oh my gosh, it's like my favorite thing ever. It's, I always say that I'm like a treasure hunter. And somebody can bring in like a box of just like complete nondescript junk, and I just have fun going through it and just hoping to find that one little treasure, that one little hidden away thing that's just going to be amazing. I love that. That's a thrill.
So much
that's
fun.
A thrill.
Well, stick around because in our next video we are going to be sharing one of my mom's Barbie treasures that I just cannot wait to show Bradley. Yay. So we're gonna be continuing our Barbie adventure here. So I am Rachel. This is Bradley. Make sure to subscribe and like Bradley, the Swell Doll Shop on Facebook.
Yes.
Soon to be YouTube, I hope.
Yes, we're hoping to do that. So look for us on YouTube eventually.
Hopefully, but Bradley's going on a cross-country tour that is absolutely incredible. So we're loving that this is your first like big stop. So.
Oh yeah, this has like been the dream destination. So this is like Mecca to get to come here and be in the Barbie dream house.
Love
so
it.
It's dreamy. It's absolutely dreamy.
Well, we hope you enjoyed it so much, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.